It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone,
Hey
happy
everyone,
Wednesday.
this is Gary
Welcome
K.
to the industry's only weekly live TV show that is all Pro AV, rAVe TV. I'm Steph Beckett and I'm joined by Gary K. Gary, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you doing, Steph?
Oh, you're muted. Please hold. I'll unmute you. There you go.
You unmuted me as I unmuted myself, so that muted me.
Oh, he's
so
muted.
Anyway, I'm good.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you're doing good. But
I'm
there
not
you go.
Muted.
Now you are. Now you're talking.
I'm not
Great.
Muted.
Great.
All right, good. I don't know what's going on here. So anyway, yes, I'm doing great. Sorry about that, Steph. I think I was unmuting myself when I was getting muted at the same time. So you can hear me okay, Steph?
Yes.
Good.
So I know that you and I like to wear unhinged t-shirts on this TV show, and usually yours are Star Wars, but in true Steph fashion, mine is Twilight. So this is baby Renesmee, which is a creepy doll that they used in the movie. And no one in the fandom ever says her name right, so it says regurgitate at the bottom. So yeah, I thought I'd wear, the most unhinged t-shirt in my arsenal for today. Which definitely ages me some, because Twilight was like the thing when I was like in middle school and high school, whereas like Star Wars was like your thing. So
yes,
yeah.
But Star Wars has lived beyond. Like Star Wars has continued to exist.
I think you're muted again. Okay. Well, let's continue on. And start going over the news for the day. Gary, I don't know if you saw about Google Gemini, but they have actually kind of taken a step back from this. This is like their AI offering, because it was people are saying maybe it was too woke. It was kind of giving non-answers to questions. All because I think they tried to make it so that it would be really, really politically correct, but I think they over politically corrected it. So people were asking it oh, who's worse, Hitler or Elon Musk? And it was having a really hard time answering. There were just all of these things. You can look up the full story. But yeah, I just thought that was really funny. I thought that was interesting. I think that it just kind of shows we are still in a very weird place with AI. It can only really answer based off of things that it can search. It can't really think for itself, obviously. It can only do what it's programmed to do. So I think that's just a good example of okay, where is that gray area for answering questions like that,
Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not going to touch my computer, so if it mutes, I don't know what's going on here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think AI is fun to watch. I think it's really it's fascinating to me how fast it is developing, how fast it's moving. I am actually getting trained on Sora right now, and I'm really excited about that, because they're going to release it to early people who registered early, and I'm supposedly one of the ones who gets it first. But I went through their training class on the airplane today, and I'm doing the second part of it tomorrow morning. It's pretty amazing, the stuff that you can feed it, the simple details and how it makes videos. What I can't figure out is where the content's coming from. Where's the original video coming from, and how is it somebody's not going to have a problem with you using that somehow?
Mm-hmm.
They say with Sora, the OpenAI says with Sora. Now, for those that don't know, Sora is you enter in text, create, and videos are very short, 15 to 20-second videos. It can do up to a minute and a half, but they're going to charge a lot of money for that. But all you do is type in text, and a video just appears about 45 seconds to a minute later. But they claim it generates all of it on its own. So it looks like when you say man walking the street, walking backwards while it's raining in the dark, it actually creates a person walking backwards in the rain while it's dark. But ultimately, that content had to come somewhere. I don't know.
Right.
That's what I don't really get.
Is it just pieces and parts of content that's free range, free to use, off of Creative Commons or something?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
They're saying they're generating it natively. So I don't know. I don't totally get it, but it's happening so fast. It's sort of like scary at the same time, because I could see all sorts of like, I could see these videos easily being used for social media to promote things on social media. And, I could imagine our guests, we're going to have a guest on today that are going to introduce a new product on our show. I can imagine if that product was put into this database, you could make videos of this product doing anything you want it to do.
That's cool.
I mean, I put in, as an example, I put in people walking the Infocom trade show floor looking at LEDs. It created a video of people walking the trade show, but it didn't look exactly like Infocom, but it definitely looked exactly like LEDs.
Okay.
So it's that little bit of detail it can create something.
Right. Specificity is hard. Well, anyway, Gary, you were recently at E4. You gave your talk. We got a couple of photos of you in action, and I wanted to bring that up because if people missed you in DC, they can see you again because you're going to be in Chicago on April 16th giving this talk once more, which I think is pretty cool, pretty exciting.
I was there yesterday. I was in Washington, D.C. yesterday, and they literally had a full house. They had 380 seats, and all 380 seats were full. They had over 550 people registered for the event. So I think it was very well. I think they're happy with it.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I wanted to mention that also because Exertis Almo actually added XR and VR headsets from a company called Pico that they're going to start distributing. And I pulled a little bit of your, walkthrough of the show floor, which is always really cool. We've included that so you can watch the full thing if you scan that QR code that's on Gary's LinkedIn. And here he is. He's kind of talking about a few of your favorite offerings from Epson, and then you talk a little bit about LED, but you also walk past this new VR stand that Exertis Almo has just added for the DC show, but they're adding it in Chicago too. So I wanted to bring this up so that y'all could potentially go and see if you're in the area in Chicago and catch those new Pico headsets for yourselves. Oh yeah, and there you are talking about Audio-Technica.
Yeah, and by the way, I actually showed a video of making a Zoom call with the Apple Vision Pro headset on, and how you don't see the person wearing the headset. How it takes, even though the person's wearing a headset, it removes the headset from the person. They were blown away. I showed them the video. Everyone in the audience was like, "I had no idea it looked that good." So
It's a video wall.
I'm still creeped out by it, but like I see the vision. Get it? Because it's the Vision Pro.
And the thing that's amazing about Steph is, I don't know if you know this, but when you launch it, it literally says this is beta.
Yeah.
It says this is beta. Apple usually doesn't put a beta product out that quickly, but it is the finest finished beta product I've ever seen. Like, it is
interesting,
pretty amazing. I mean, again, I don't know application of this thing.
Right.
I haven't figured out the Magic app. I mean, as far as watching movies, they have my favorite app is IMAX. Actually built an app for the Vision Pro, and you go and watch IMAX movies in it, sitting in an IMAX theater, and you can change seats.
Crazy.
I mean, like, to me, that's really cool. And it looks like you look around, you see the IMAX logo. It looks like you're sitting in an IMAX theater. Again, I wouldn't spend $3,000 to go watch an IMAX movie but it's amazing what the thing can do, and I'm excited about what developers will come up with.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like, the sky really is the limit for this kind of technology. But speaking of new technology, Shure has recently introduced a brand new wireless clip-on microphone. It's called the MoveMic. We have a story of it on our site, and we're going to play you a video really quick, and then we're going to bring on some guests to tell you a little bit more about it. All right.
I am super excited about this product because we will be using this product on the trade show floor at Infocom. We're a power user of this kind of stuff, Chris.
We are.
And we're going to test the limits of this product, as you know. They're celebrating the release for you there, Chris. That was
Beautiful. Perfect. Love it.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thanks. Well, we're really excited about this product. And you mentioned AI, and I think it's never been clearer how important it is for people to be empowered to create real, original content on their own at a high quality level. And that's what MoveMic is all about.
It's true.
Yeah, you're wearing it right now, right? I mean, you're wearing the
both
MoveMic
Mike and
right
I
now.
are wearing MoveMics right now. It's just a tiny little lavalier mic. You just clip it onto the subject and it mates directly with your phone, or you can mate it with an external receiver. But it just takes all the guesswork out of great audio.
And you guys sound great. Like, let me reiterate that we were talking about it earlier. That is a huge room that you guys are in. I'm guessing you're not there completely alone because it's like a very big area. It's glass, it's huge, and I'm not hearing any echo. You guys sound great.
Yep. And Mike worked on this project from the beginning. And, you know, did you anticipate people recording basically anywhere?
Yeah, that's a challenge that people have. So when you're trying to create content, they're taking on the role of the person that writes they write the wording.
Right.
They have to book the guests. They have to do all that stuff. They really can't spend any time like figuring out technology-wise. It just needs to turn on, connect, and work. So as we're trying to sell with this product, it's like fastest speed to content. It's very simple from that standpoint, so anyone can utilize it to create any sort of content that you need.
And think about how, I was just going to say, think about how easy this is to remove the technology barriers. If you want to sit down and interview your grandmother or interview a local community leader or something like that, you don't want to intimidate them with running lavalier mics up their clothes or sticking a shotgun mic over their head or anything like that. It's like, this is like sticking a pen in your pocket. It's that easy and that unobtrusive, but you get, you know, TV news quality sound.
Yeah, and I'm curious. The little case looks like a headphone case. I'm assuming when you put them in the case that they're charging. So if people are like, "How long does the battery last?" The battery lasts a certain amount of time, but the charger case also adds time onto that as long as you keep putting it back in the case.
Nice.
Yeah, so it runs for 8 hours off of a charge. But then, as you said, the lavs you just clip on and go, and there's nothing else extra to do. But when you're done, put that in the case, and it's got 2 extra chargers for charging on the go. So you take that in your phone with you, you literally have your studio in your pocket.
Very cool.
This is what we're going to test because at InfoComm, we're power users. We're using the mics all the time, and we're going to test that. But I think it'll be interesting to see. We'll have people going with just the mics. We'll have some people go around the case to recharge it as they're going. And we'll see how long the mics really last. Because, you know, when you have a lot of interference, a lot of wireless, it's going to be pushing the limits, I guess, of everything, that product, because you're going to be using more battery when you're trying to continue to stay sync on a trade show. It would be a good test for you.
Right.
I'm curious. We've used a competitor's product from rAVe, which is clunky and it's cute. You can't clip it as nicely as what you did on your shirt, and that's been the biggest complaint. The battery also doesn't last as long. I'm sure you must have looked at that product and also said, well, how can we make this a lot better, but also using Shure's technology.
Yeah, the things that came up from users were, you know, I want something smaller, I want something lighter, I want something simpler. And, you know, if you want to use an external receiver, you can, but the fact that you can put 2 channels direct into your Android or iPhone using the Motive recording app is really a game changer, because you eliminate a whole nother piece of hardware.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the whole thing. I mean, you get a 2 mic set up automatically. I mean, this is a game changer for people who are literally out in the field shooting video on the fly. And by the way, people made fun of us 10 years ago, 12 years ago when we started using iPhones. Look around. Everyone's using them to do videos. So actually, we were pioneers a little bit there. So we're going to help you pioneer this mic. I think this is going to be a game changer.
Great. Gary, this is going to be great because you and I love to join rAVe TV when we're traveling, when we're in the airport, when we're in a random hotel lobby. Like, these mics are going to be great for us to just literally link them up really quick and join and have, you know, really, really great audio.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm having to use the mic in my laptop right now. I don't like to have to use stuff like that. So I'm excited about this. Thank you guys for doing this. And by the way, thanks for supporting what we do on rAVe TV. Y'all have been phenomenal support. Video, we can't wait to see video you make of this, Chris.
Yeah.
We know something's coming with your sense of humor. So we'll show that in future episodes of rAVe TV. And I want to congratulate you on not just this, but all the products you've had in 2024.
Exactly. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, we have one more video showcasing a little bit of how this MoveMic works versus, you know, how a regular phone microphone works. This is kind of a really user-friendly video. Watch this.
So today I'm here with Alex, the lead singer from Stay Hungry, a band from South London. So Alex, what are your musical influences?
Musically, I'm inspired by Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, and Marvin Gaye. I'm all about the classics.
All right, and we hear that you're headlining a show in Chelsea. What's that been like?
It's really exciting. We're prepping our live set now as we speak. We're going to have acoustic features, special guests, and dancing on stage. So make sure you get a ticket.
That sounds very exciting, and we are so looking forward to catching up with you then. So this has been one half of the two-man band Stay Hungry. Thank you so much.
Okay, so
that was great. I love having people like that on showing products. And,
yes,
you know, they just announced this product yesterday at 4 p.m. and they're already on rAVe TV today at noon. So thanks for doing
I know.
That.
We really had a quick turnaround, but I love doing things like that. I think that's kind of like the whole reason we started to do this show. So yeah, really excited about it. So let's keep going. We've got, you know, some other news we want to cover today, a couple of other things going on. So first of all, let me look at where we are at. I want to talk about this thing from LG. This is the LG Chloe robot, which Gary, I'm sure you're really familiar with. You remember they have had those at Infocom at ISC before, but this is the Carry Bot, and it's aimed at warehouse efficiency. They actually announced it, I think, last year, but they're starting to really get it out there onto the show floor, get it onto floor plans, and really get that into, like, you know, your warehouses to help organize and streamline product movement, reduce physical strain on workers. So I don't really know if this is like disruptive. It could potentially like replace jobs, but I do think it can help people not get hurt. I don't know, Gary, what do you think?
So I think AV integrators are looking to diversify themselves and do other things. And, you know, this same warehouse that has this robot probably also has 5 conference rooms you're installing at the same time.
Right.
They're probably not thinking about the robotics, and that's the channel. We're the channel. We're the connectors of all this technology. And I think LG, you know, obviously there's restaurants that are using the LG robots to serve food to tables, take orders, things like that. We're seeing automation in drive-thrus. This is just another part of automation. And why not us serve it up rather than somebody else?
I guess that's true. That's a good point. Well, continuing on, rAVe is another one of our sponsors and partners, and they have been with us since the very beginning. So Gary and I are obviously big fans of them. And this is a little bit about, you know, are you struggling to make your systems ADA compliant? Is that something that you're really hitting walls with, need help with? Legrand actually has an ebook, and it is the ultimate reference guide for all AV professionals to ensure accessibility for all. All you have to do is scan that QR code, and it takes you straight to their site where you can download that and give it a read. I think that they are obviously really helpful to the industry, even if you do not buy all of Legrand's brand's products. They obviously are really supportive of everything in the industry and just want good work to be done. So definitely check that out.
So a lot of you have heard of the brand RTI in the home market. They announced that they were coming into the commercial market a couple of years ago, but they haven't really innovated anything. Well, now they actually have a new remote control ecosystem that is literally aimed at the UC market. So they've said, here's the niche. The niche is we want to control everything in a small conference room space. Here's how we're going to do it. They have their own video bar product. It's all wrapped up in a control system interface as well that you can dumbs down the use of a room. We'll see. I mean, again, they come from the residential side. They're coming into the commercial side. this is a product certainly deserves a look, and it's all on our website at ravepubs.com.
Yeah. Well, I have some news from Extron. The company just came out with the conference chair, which is aimed at UCC applications. Extron is literally just one of the biggest and baddest companies in our industry. Name a market within the industry, and they have a stake in it. So I think it just obviously makes a lot of sense. UCC is really hot right now because we're all figuring out what the heck our day-to-day work is going to look like. And so obviously, Conference Share is trying to solve this problem by sharing video, audio captured by in-room USB devices with Windows or Mac OS laptops during Teams or Zoom meetings. So you can gain access to USB devices connected to the ShareLink Pro wired and wireless presentation system. So it's basically just making in-room USB devices easy, ready for collaboration. So you can read that full story if you
amps up the wireless products they already have and adds a bunch of functionality to them, and they're aiming at UCC with this new version of the product. So it'll do well. And of course, the Z-Wave Alliance announced that its specification for ZWLR in the European market is now available. This doesn't apply to North America, but obviously our audience is global. So Z-Wave is now compatible with everything going on in Europe, and we have different frequencies and different standards in North America than we do in Europe. So check that out. It's on our website at ravepubs.com. And of course, Aver is the third of our Rave TV sponsors, and they want us to talk about their medical grade PTZ cameras for telehealth, remote patient monitoring, tele-ICU, and all of them have AI auto tracking for live surgery, for procedure recording. This whole industry is changing. You would have, like, I thought for 10 years ago we would have had teledoc services, right? Like, think about all the times you go to urgent care that you don't need to go to urgent care. I mean, this all is changing really fast. I mean, that's one good thing that came out of COVID, is that accelerated all of that. And of course, Aver is jumped right in there with products specifically aimed at the healthcare market, a unique vertical for them, and that helps you get in the door with that vertical when you take a line like that. So they have a dedicated website. You can scan our QR code, and it'll tell you all about their healthcare products. Of course, it's at averusa.com/ProAV, pro-AV/healthcare, but you can scan that QR code and it'll take you directly to those products.
Exactly. So LG last week added 5 new projectors, which is, quite the announcement. And they all include WebOS, and they have 16:9, 16:6, and 21:9 aspect ratio options, which is really big. We are not living in we're definitely not living in a 4:3, but we're starting to not really live in a 16:9 world either when it comes to collaboration. So this new RG series goes up to 4K resolution. It's 6,000 lumens. It's got Crestron room view compatibility. And it's, of course, like I said, it's also got LG's WebOS digital signage platform. So you can really use these for a multitude of options, not just collaboration, but digital signage. And it does allow 4.3 and 16.9 as well. So if you're still living in that world, you have that option, but it's also got 16.10, 16.6, and 21.9. So these are really, really versatile.
Yeah, and I think there's two pieces of interest here. Number one is, I think a lot of people don't even know LG has projectors. I think that's the one piece of news that I think surprises people, because they dominate so much in the signage market.
Right.
But the other thing is that they have these resolutions like 16:10 and 21:9. I think these larger resolutions are going to become more popular. In fact, my crystal ball, I predicted it for 2024.
Yeah.
But people who are wondering where 16:10 comes from, that is the native resolution of every single Apple product produced. So therefore, that's why they do 16:10 resolution. But 21:9, I think you get that wider range. I think it's going to be popular. But I know you want to talk about launch week, right?
Yes. So if you have not registered for launch week yet, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Launch week 9 is coming up. It's March 18th through 21st, and we have the days all planned out. So, of course, we have UCC Day, EdTech Day, Digital Signage Day, and Pro AV Day. If you join the entire 4 days, you automatically get 10 CTSRUs, but each day is approved for 2.5, so you can just join 1 or 2 or 3 or however many that you would like to join. And we're really excited. I even wrote a piece on 5 reasons why you should join. And of course, the CTSRUs is one of the reasons. But another reason is we've worked really hard on making these panels good, relevant, things that we have never discussed before. We've got plenty of new products that are going to be released during this week. So if you want a firsthand look at a few brand new UCC products, Pro AV products, like, you need to join.
Yeah, and those are VIXA CTSRUs, 10 of them. That's pretty cool. Hats off to VIXA, because when we started doing launch, they don't have this online system you could use, but they've stepped that up. And speaking of which, InfoComm is coming up in June, and if you go to register for InfoComm, use our code rAVE, rAVE, you get free registration for InfoComm. Yeah. Use our code. And Steph, I'm sorry about the audio problems up front. I'm not sure what was going on there. Probably
no, it's okay.
In my laptop, but ultimately,
don't worry, we're gonna get you right. You're gonna use that Shure MoveMic next time, and you're gonna sound great. All right, well, that is our show, everybody. We will see you next Wednesday. Thank you for joining us, and we will, see you next time. Thanks.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.